You know, there was a time in history when the U.S. was justice fractured, when people refused to see others as people, when politics got in the way of family, of decency, and faith in our government. I'm talking about the 1850s. The result was the darkest moment in American history, the Civil War. And we're near a civil war right now. I don't mean a war in quite a literal, historic sense. I don't believe there's going to be armies and generals leading battles. Certainly hope not. But we are at a breaking point in terms of an emotional civil war with violence that will spill into our streets. It's happening now. Our leaders must take responsibility for this. They cannot permit this violence, nor can they move forward to undo an election by refusing to follow constitutional and historic precedent. They are shattering Americans' faith in them, and the result could be catastrophic. Joining me tonight, live from Athens, Greece, one of the most brilliant political minds of modern times, former White House chief strategist, Mr. Steve Bannon. Steve, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Trish.
I know you're joining us from Greece, in Athens, outside Greek ruins. You know, there's certainly, I think, a reminder in there for people how a great civilization really can crumble. Let me ask you, sir, will all this hate that's directed right now at this president and his supporters, do you think it is pushing our country to a breaking point?
Well, listen, I actually think that this type of heated debate, as long as it stays as a debate, is actually positive. I think the violence is not only unnecessary, but it's very un-American, and I think it ought to cease. But look, people, I'm here, you know, Trish, in Athens. Right in back of me is the Acropolis and the Parthenon. This is the foundation, the cradle of democracy. I'm here at a democracy forum. And the forum is actually put on by the New York Times and there's some other liberal organizations. And as I said today, you guys weren't worried about democracies when you were winning elections. Now that you're losing elections, all of a sudden democracy's at risk. To me, this is very simple. This impeachment process is trying to undo a presidential election. But what Trump supporters and what Americans, I think, have to focus on is that we've got to beat people at the ballot box. The reason that we're in this situation with President Trump is, quite frankly, the left mobilized in 2018 and beat us at the House of Representatives. They won 40 seats. In fact, 26, I think, seats in districts that President Trump had won. It's incumbent upon people to put this anger aside and to focus on getting out the vote, because clearly the left has been triggered by Donald Trump. The left understands something the Republican establishment fails to realize, that Donald Trump's a transformative president and a historic figure. And the progressive left is going to take to the streets. They're going to do any tactic possible to defeat Trump. And the message for the Trump supporters, and I think for the rest of Americans, is, hey, let's settle this at the ballot box. And the way to settle at the ballot box is the old-fashioned way, is to get out, start knocking on doors, and getting people out to vote. That's the way. The way you stop this violence is just beat people at the ballot box.
Hey, listen, it's the old-fashioned way, and it's the American way. I've said on this program a few times now, Steve, look, I'm very disappointed in where we are right now as a country, because, you know, we used to admire ourselves, right, and pat ourselves on the back because we had a transition of power that always moved seamlessly. We were not like, you know, those countries, the banana republics down in Latin America, take your pick, Paraguay, Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela, that, you know, can't get their act together, and there's so much political infighting. We were better than that. But where are we now if this is the behavior and the tactic coming from the left?
Look, Trish, we've been separated before. We've been divided before. Look, think about during the Vietnam War. Think about even President Reagan's first couple of years. Millions of people in the street to protest and to try to stop the nuclear deployment of weapons into Western Europe to defeat the Soviet Union. This country's been divided. Out of that cauldron has actually come good policies, and it has driven America forward. You know, Donald Trump was going to be contentious from day one. Donald Trump said, hey, we're going to reverse the decline of America. The elites, the incompetent and corrupt elites, have allowed America to decline. And my presidency will be focused on turning America around and returning her to her previous greatness. Make America great again. So I think for Trump supporters and for middle class and working class Americans is to kind of see what the opposition is saying, and particularly what happened in Minnesota the other night with spitting on people, throwing urine on people, this type of activity in the streets where people are triggered. I think people are say, hey, look at what they represent. Look at what these people want to do. If that mob violence is what you want to support, then go ahead and support it. If you don't believe in that and you believe in contested elections at the ballot box with debates and with, get out the vote drives, then maybe you look at the MAGA movement. I think that President Trump's movement and President Trump's presidency, because of this, can rise to a whole new level of greatness. And so I think hopefully this energizes people. Remember, in 2018, the reason that we lost the midterms, the reason we lost the House of Representatives, the reason that President Trump is going through all of this is because the MAGA base and the others that voted in 2016 were not motivated and not fired up to come out. The left was. That's why they won all these seats in the House of Representatives. And, hey, elections have consequences. If you want to see your country turn in that direction, then just sit at home, get the channel changer, start watching the entertainment on television, and, decouple from the political process. But if you want your country to move forward, if you want your country to return to its previous greatness, it's going to depend upon you. It's not going to depend upon TV ads. It's not going to depend upon the whole burden can't be put on Donald Trump. The burden's got to be put back on the American citizens.
I love the optimism, Steve. Don't go anywhere. I got a lot to talk to you about tonight. Steve's going to be right back with us after this quick break.